Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chanel Carlin Black with Chanel Carlin Weddings and the Okanogan Chamber of Commerce, and I wanted to welcome you to another episode of Okanogan Prospers. We this afternoon are going to be talking with Sheila Corson at the Okanogan PUD, find out everything that they've got going on for their customers, as well as why Sheila loves living in the Okanogan, and really just getting a sense from her of why she thinks Okanogan prospers. So welcome, and I think Sheila's getting ready to join us, so we'll just go ahead and invite her on in. Okay, so welcome, Sheila. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me come.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, and it's our pleasure. So for everybody who doesn't know Sheila, Sheila works at the PUD, and I'm going to have her tell us about her role and some cool stuff that's going on there. But Sheila, for those of you who don't know, is from Okanogan, and I'm going to have her just share a little bit about herself and what brought her back to town, because she once went away.
So, I did.
Share a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I was born just up the road at Mid-Valley Hospital. And so I've been raised here, and I went away for 3 years to Portland, Oregon, where I got my bachelor's degree. And
at what school?
At Multnomah University. Okay. It's a smaller private college there in the city. So that, there's a pretty dramatic difference between Okanogan County and Portland, in case you didn't know. There's a whole lot else going on over there. And, I had opportunities to actually go and try for a job in Chicago, or there in Portland itself, or Seattle, or whatever. And I didn't go for it. I always intended to come back home to Okanogan because it's always been home. And it's been longer than I'd like to admit as to when I graduated from college. It's shocking at this point that it's been that long. But, the experiences I've gained the last several years getting to know people, that's the beauty of the small town. That's why I came back, is I know the people that I read about in the newspaper. I know the people, who are walking around in Walmart with me. It's just, I like knowing people. I like being able to know my neighbors, and that basically everybody is my neighbor.
Sure, because it's such a small community.
Yeah.
What is it with it being that way? So now you talk about why you came back, because you've always just felt like this was home and you always wanted to be here. What is it that, when you think about that, what makes Okanogan such a special place, and what makes it prosper?
Yeah, I think it's something that comes up like just about every time we have yet another disaster or crisis or issue, is we all kind of step up and we do our part and we back each other. And, we do have a lot of different kinds of people around here, but when the chips are down, we're all there for each other, and we're all together. And our theme for public utility is that we are more powerful together, and that's what we say, and that is absolutely the truth. And we live that way. We don't just say it; we live it.
Right. I'd agree with you. I think that's one of the things that's really, really special about this community, and it is quite diverse. I mean, if you don't live here, you don't realize it's not just all ranchers. It's not just all folks who live in a tiny little town. It's not just all migrant workers or whatever the perception might be somewhere else. There is a hugely diverse community here. You don't always see it until you need to.
Yeah, and then we all show up.
Right. It's like a party. A party for a disaster.
Yay!
I agree, and I think that it comes down to one of the things that people always have said on this show, is that it really is the people more than anything that and in different elements, but it always seems to come back down to the people in this community, and it sounds like that's kind of what you're saying too.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing your perspective. As someone who's been here her whole life and escaped for just a little while and then couldn't wait to come back. And I don't escape in a bad way,
Yeah, no, I think it's important to have other experiences in life, by all means, travel.
Yeah.
By all means, go off to do something for some time. But, there's just a beauty in a small hometown that you just don't necessarily get anywhere else.
And bring your newly gained expertise and skills and talents back.
Yes, absolutely. And make a difference wherever you're at.
Yeah, great. Well, we're glad you came back. No matter how long it was that you were away and then you came back, that's okay. It's funny. We all have those thoughts, and then you realize you're like, oh my gosh, has it really been that long? How is that even possible?
Yeah, pretty much.
I went to school in Portland as well. I graduated from Portland State.
Oh, cool.
And it's been a minute since I did that too. So a longer minute probably, but it just doesn't seem that way most of the time.
No.
All right, well, we'll talk about, if you don't mind, sharing what Okanogan PUD has going on for folks in the community, because I'm willing to bet most people don't realize everything that you all have as supports for consumers.
Right, yeah. So I've been here for 2 years now is all, and there wasn't this particular position here before me. So I've been really trying to figure out the best ways to get the word out and really try to make sure that people are aware of what we do have available. And of course, right now, we're talking pandemic, and we're talking all kinds of things happening and people, economic struggles. If you have any trouble right now paying your bill, please talk to us. There are extra supports in place through other agencies that we can connect you with. We can work out payment plan, payment arrangement. Just call us. Don't be afraid to call us. The state basically has put a stop on any disconnects due to non-payment. So that's helping a lot of customers. But if you're still in that situation where you can't pay your bill, please call us. We might be able to find somebody who can pay it for you, or at least part of it. So please contact us. And we're so happy to be able to work with you and connect you with the sources to help you. So there's that. Please be aware of that. But then also, always, pandemic or not pandemic, we have several other programs that we want to make sure people know about. And most of them deal with energy efficiency upgrades. So, when you get that bill every month, or whether you get it electronically or in the mail, if you look there, it's going to tell you how many kilowatt hours you used, and then how much you're being charged per kilowatt hour. So your bill is based on how much you use. And the best way to get that usage down is through energy efficiency measures. Some of that you can do yourself. It's a matter of, putting up thicker curtains in your windows to keep the cold air from coming in, or the warm air from getting out. Some of it's DIY. But for the things that maybe aren't so much, we have a lot of programs, and we have programs to help residences as well as businesses, as well as anybody in the agriculture field. If you've got some upgrades that are going to save energy, give us a call. And when we're talking residences, we have a lot of different programs right now. So if you go on our website, which is okanoganpud.org, there's a big rundown that I can give you the quick glance over when it comes to residential. If you switch out a door for something more energy efficient, switch out windows for something more energy efficient. If you install a ductless heat pump, which is the most efficient you can get, if you upgrade your insulation, if you get a heat pump water heater, if you get a smart thermostat, all of those things, we can send you a check. We can send you a check. And I have used some of these. I did my windows a couple of years ago, or a little over a year ago. I did my windows. And it was awesome to be able to do that and to get a little money back to help towards that expense. And if you're a commercial customer and you switch out your windows, you actually get a bigger check than what I got as a residential customer.
You have probably more bills. The bigger bill is a general rule.
Yeah, you do. You have bigger bills for sure if you're a commercialist. So all of those small businesses, one of the cool things too, if you're a commercial customer, is we do custom projects. So if you're doing anything, whether it's windows or your ductless heat pump or whatever it is, let us know, and there might be incentives in that for you. You might be able to get a check from us, which will not only be awesome to have, it'll offset the costs of that project that you're doing, but then also you're looking at energy savings for the future. So you're saving a bill from here on out, which that can be calculated a little bit, but to some extent, it's for the rest of your existence in that location. So it's awesome to be able to do that. So the key thing is, and this is the key thing for any of these projects, any of these energy efficiency programs, call us first. We want to make sure you're using the right products, you're using the right methods, whatever, to make sure that your project actually qualifies. So call us, go on our website, you can get some basic information as well. And in some of those links, we have like qualified product lists and that sort of thing. But call us, let us know you're intending to do it so we can check and make sure that you are getting the best incentive possible.
Perfect. And just so folks know, it's not the Okanogan PUD that is spending its customers' money from all the bills that they pay to do these. You actually have funding coming in from
Bonneville Power Administration. Yes. So BPA or Bonneville, we get just almost 2/3 of our power that we purchase is from Bonneville. And since we're one of their customers, they give us a certain amount every 2 years. It's a 2-year contract with them where they give us money, or basically they hold it for us and say, hey, if you send us qualified projects, we're going to send you money to pay to your customers.
Wonderful.
So if we don't actually do these programs, then that money just sits there and we never touch it. But we have a certain amount that we can spend every 2 years, and we try our best to make sure our customers are spending BPA's money as much as possible.
Spend the money, be efficient,
yes.
Spend the money.
Please call us. We've got federal dollars to spend here.
Okay, so that's really the key is, you can save money on your PUD bill, whether you're a residential customer or a commercial customer, by becoming more efficient. And there are lots of projects and ways to do that. The ways to find out about that and get more details is to go to Okanogan PUD.
Yep, OkanoganPUD.org.
Or call 509-422.
Well, our main, 3310. 422-3310 is our main number. But if you call any of our offices and ask to talk to somebody about energy efficiency programs or incentive programs, they'll connect you to Kim Johnson, who is our energy services coordinator, or they'll direct you right to the website too, if you forget the address, whatever.
Okay.
So.
Brilliant. Well, that's very exciting, because who doesn't need money back from, on their power bill? Or doesn't wish they had it, Whether need is the word, or wishes they had it, or would like the opportunity to try for it and make their house more efficient. I mean, or their office and their buildings more efficient. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And again, there's all kinds of DIY things you can do, little things here and there that can make it better. If you're not planning on a big project or you don't have the funds to be able to do anything, we have a lot of other tips for winter efficiency or summer efficiency, whatever it is. We post that on our Facebook page, so if you don't follow us on Facebook, follow us there. And we do have some stuff again on our website, some tips and tricks. And if you can't find what you need, then by all means contact me. We're doing some website upgrades, so I'm hoping pretty soon we're going to have a few more easier ways to find really good information as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing that, because that's fabulous. Okay, now I have one more question about yourself and Okanogan. What is your favorite, other than the people, what is your favorite thing about Okanogan to do, to shop, something fabulous that you love about town?
Oh man.
I know I didn't give you this question before, sorry.
No, it's okay. I should be able to do things impromptu. I should be able to ad lib. I still love, anytime I'm driving around, when you come down the grade up above Okanogan or up around Omak, or, then you just look out and you see the land, and you just, it's just a beautiful place to live. And I think of, the days I lived in Portland and everything like that. And I took some friends home who were all city kids, and they were just amazed at, there's so much space out here. There's so much, there's a big river with trees, and there's outdoors out here, I I love having the outdoors out here, and just the beauty of the area just always amazes me. Yeah, we've got everything. We've got the trees, we've got the sagebrush, we've got, all kinds of different things, but it's such a diverse geographical area as well. If you want to head up to the Loop, that's a completely different world than, sand flat up in Obac, and it's just a beautiful place just to live and to take a drive. I like to just take a drive around the area sometimes and clear my head or get some creative thoughts flowing and just drive and look out and just enjoy the beauty of the Okanogan Valley.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Every time I go and I come back, if I'm up on the highway and I take a look across the river, like you said, you see the trees and the river, and you wouldn't think that necessarily as you're driving up kind of a long ways, and on one side of the river it's very brown. And especially right now with all of our fires.
But what's awesome is though, even in the burn scar areas, we already have stuff growing back, and it's going to come back, and it comes back every time with a fervor.
It does.
So I'm actually kind of excited for the spring to see what breaks through, and see how that changes the landscape dramatically. I always love those pictures after the Carlton and the Okanogan complexes, when you go into like a grove of trees and you'd find out that, oh, that one survived, and then you'd see the new wildflowers popping up, and it's just that beauty from ashes kind of thing we experience far too much around here, but they always come back. It's always
pretty, and we could do with a little more or a little less beauty from the ashes, maybe. Lots of beauty, but
we do it. We do it well.
All right. Well, thank you, my dear. Thank you for joining us. Do you have anything else you'd like to share, or anything else you'd like to add? Do you have one final thing that you'd like to say? Is there anything I didn't ask you?
Yeah. I think I just want to emphasize to people that we are a public utility district. So if you want to be involved, it's more than even just voting on your ballot every couple of years, and we've got a commissioner up for election. Follow us on our website, on our Facebook. We post meeting minutes from all of our commission meetings. We've got another one coming up Monday, and during budget season, which we're in right now, we have some evening meetings. So if you ever wanted to catch in, this Monday we've got an evening meeting at 6 p.m. And right now everything is available via Zoom teleconference, and then we're sharing slides in the evenings as well if there's any presentations. But feel free to get involved. It's your business. Our business is your business. And so if you ever have questions, contact us, look into it, ask questions, go through our website, check in on our meetings, listen in. They're also recorded. Our meetings are recorded. So if you can't catch them at that time, feel free to listen to them on our website. Again, they're posted there. And we've been around since 1945. We've been operating here in the Okanogan County. So we're at 75 years this year of operations, and it's been 75 years of families and farms and businesses and everyone getting together and making sure that we're the best we can be. So please feel free to get involved and ask questions, because the public utility belongs to you. It belongs to all of us together.
It's not a big conglomerate. It's our neighbors. No. It's our friends. No. So.
Exactly. We're not state shareholders in some corporate global whatever it is. Those of us who are doing the services and working on the lines, and the people who determine your rates, those are all people who live here. It's not somebody outside telling us what to do. It's local control at its finest. So by all means, locals, come in and make your voice heard.
Come in and be public.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, thank you very much. Thanks for sharing your insight and for sharing about
thank you.
You're welcome. It was lovely to have you. And I will thank you. And I'll just say thank you to everybody else for watching and for being part of our show today. And next month, which is December, we're going to be talking with Leonie Reinbold at Reinbold Law Office. And she's going to share what she's got going on. And Leonie also is a lifelong Okanogan resident who went away to the big city of San Francisco at some point, and then came back home. So I will look forward to talking with her as well. And again, Sheila, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here with us and on such short notice. And for being willing to step in and be the champion of public utilities and our consumers. So we'll
Hashtag public power.
Yes, woohoo! We'll talk to you again soon, hopefully, and then I'll just click us off, and we'll have a brilliant rest of your week.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.